Hey everyone, welcome back to the Gravediggers. It's the final game of the season, and my prediction from the other episode of the draws coming back to haunt us has so proven to be the case, unfortunately. We've still got a chance of winning the league, but we are relying on another team to do us a massive favour. Let's see what's been going on since I last saw it. And yeah, there is only one place to start, and that is the schedule. So after I saw you in that horrific quarterfinal defeat, we then beat Chuchevici Stankom 5-2, and I'm thinking, fantastic, just what we want. We then beat Vojvodina 1-0, again, loving it. We then drew 1-1 with Napradav Krushevek, and as you can see, we were by far the better team. I can't remember, I think this was one where the keeper played well, but this goal, hopefully you can sort of see what I mean. I feel like it was a foul on Klavan, but the officials didn't give it, but you'll see what I mean. So the hopeful ball played over the top, Klavan gets it. See, that looks like a foul to me. That looks like a blatant foul to me. And it doesn't get given. Let's just watch it back. Low. So, ball over the top. Klavan gets it. He just comes through the back of him and scores. And that finished 1-1. I was obviously livid because it doesn't even get reviewed by VAR or anything like that. We then played Maroska, and a free kick goes in. After 5 minutes, you can't do anything about that. Decent free kick. We then labour to get an equaliser in the 80th minute before Terzic has a goal disallowed. Now this is one of them where obviously we had FM shafting us in the last game, and then it shafted us in this game with the keeper having another blinder. 18 shots to 5. XG kind of tells you a story. They weren't particularly great chances, but still. And the possession wise, as you can see, absolutely dominated. And don't get me wrong, Ratkov has improved in form lately, but certainly since the league split happened, he scored just before then, and then he scored 4 in the playoffs. But prior to that, he'd only scored 2 goals this side of the winter break. He scored 17 goals pre-winter break, and he scored 7 since then. So that has really not helped us, I don't think, is his sort of profligacy in front of goal. Now, he's still technically doing quite well. He has got, expected goals of 0.7 per 90, but it's a conversion rate of less than 20%, which I really think needs to improve. I do feel like that has cost us, is him not being as reliable in front of goals, certainly in the second half of the season as he could have been. His non-penalty XG is quite high, to be fair. I think he can be able to get a better breakdown. It might be an analysis still. No, it's not. Coach report, but play performance is, his non-penalty XG is 0.6 per game, which he is. Don't get me wrong, he is outscoring his XG by roughly 3 goals, and he is actually the top scorer in the league. So and I know he's still young and he has had a good season, but we have really struggled and he has not been on form because Jakupovic really just didn't do anything. Obviously, he is now leaving the club, and what we have done with that is we have brought in this guy Dragan Stojcevic, who plays for Vojvodina, and he is only 20. He's Serbian. He's going to come in. I think we're using some of our meager transfer money, bring him in for 650k up front and 2.1 mil overall. Basically, we still only get, I think, about like 35% of our revenue that we get to spend. So basically, he's someone who we're hoping will fill in for maybe when Ratkov's out of form, if he gets injured, and hopefully just give us a bit of something extra from the bench. And meanwhile, Samir Badjar has done pretty well, to be fair, out at Teleoptic. In 29 appearances, he's got 16 goals, 4 from the penalty spot. So, you know, we literally sent him to Teleoptic this season. He played a couple of times. And, you know, he's done all right, but we're probably going to look to bring him up, which will hopefully allow, where is he, Jovanovic to play a little bit more for the Teleoptic squad. He's made majority of his appearances off the bench this season, but he's still managed to score 2 and assist 2. He's someone who I think, you know, has definitely got the technical attributes to be a decent striker in front of goal. He needs to work on his work rate, but he's got moderate pace, which will hopefully help just get him in behind, get some chances. He was, when we took over, someone who was potentially 4 to 5 star rated. It's now looking like he's only going to be 3, but certainly someone who could be a decent rotation option, hopefully, even if he doesn't have much else. He's you know, he's consistent. He's got decent dribbling. He's a homegrown player, so we're hopeful that he's someone who can, you know, potentially fill in next season alongside Stojcevic and Badshar. A couple of players leaving first team squad. So Bibar's Nacho told us he's going to retire. You know, I did feel like his impact had waned as the season was going on, and it's probably down to his physicals dropping. He's still got really good technicals, and he's still got really good mentals. So I'm hoping, I've asked him to reconsider, because I just think he'll be someone who's just good to have around the first team, just as someone who can sort of help with the dressing room, come on in a game where we just need someone to pick a pass or something like that. And, you know, hopefully he'll accept that, because otherwise he will leave because he's not got great staff attributes. Someone who is also retiring is Ragnar Klavan. Now, we couldn't convince him to stay, but what we have done is he is going to become our under-19s manager when he retires, because his staff attributes actually aren't too bad, and he's still working on his badges, so he's only going to get better in terms of that sort of like coaching ability. So yeah, he's going to become our potentially could become an assistant manager for us in the future if he continues to develop nicely. So I mean, with Nacho potentially leaving, it does kind of help with the pathway that we've kind of set up with Milos. This guy, Milos. It's the L which throws me off. Him and Alexic basically going to fill in with when Nacho leaves. And obviously we've got Van den Boomen as well as Belic, Stepanovic and Patrick. Obviously Topic as well. So there are some players who wanted Topic, like Atafi and Sociedad. You know, we might struggle to keep all of them, but we'll certainly do our best. Popovic is wanted. I will be open to selling him. Stasjevic, I want to keep really and bring him through. I think others, yeah, Shahovic, Chanic. Some of these players we may struggle to keep, especially if Dortmund or Hamburg come in. Dana Channing, I wouldn't be too averse to selling him. He is a consistent player. He's 29. He's only going to start dipping from now, but he might be someone we try and keep just for his experience, while we continue to bring through Mihailo Ilic, Savic, and Komic as well. So I think that's us all caught up in terms of where the squad is at, to be fair. So I think without further ado, we get into today's game. So yeah, with those 2 draws, it means we're 2 points behind Red Star going into the last game of the season, and we need Selesny really, you know, do us a massive favour. They either need to draw, and we need to put 8 past Red Star, 8 past Radnički, sorry, or we need Selesny to win. I can't see it happening, but stranger things. Now, Klavan does make his final start for the club, but there's no place in the starting lineup for Nacho, but we will look to bring him on. Like I said, I do feel like his influence as the second half of the season has gone on, has waned, which I do think is probably due to technicals dropping. Don't get me wrong, he still had a good season, 8 goals, 9 assists. A few of them have been penalties, but still. But we are going to play Ivan. We're going to play Ivan. We'll look to bring Alexic. We have got Alexic working on that get further forward trait. Because, you know, when we've been struggling for goals, it has been a logical thing just to push the number 8 up into the slot. But even when he was playing in that number 8 slot, we were finding Nacho was getting in and around the box quite a lot. I didn't feel like that was an impact on his ability to score goals. So I don't necessarily, even before we had like get forward whenever possible, you know, the get further forward player instruction. So I think that, you know, I don't think the tactic needs speaking too much when you look at the games we've drawn. We've dominated the games, we've had loads and loads of chances. We just We just haven't been able to finish them and haven't been able to get the results over the board, over the line on the board thing. Hopefully that's something that will improve in time, but it looks like Red Star are going to actually pip us at the post at the last after they had such a sort of slow start, really. But to be fair, a few of the people who've been commenting lately, a few of the sort of Partizan fans or, Serbian fans gone in recently, have said that Red Star are a bit of a juggernaut who just seem it just seems very, very difficult to stop them. And I think, are they winning already? They're winning 2-0 after 5 minutes. But that doesn't. So Klavan on his last game, I think he's just given away a penalty. I never see these not get given, really. Now, in the game against Vojvodina, Naumov did say the penalty in 2 minutes. He's done it again here. Yeah, when we played Vojvodina, he saved the penalty and then we 1-0. And he's done it again today. All we can do is just win and hope that... And it's Klavan. 0-0. Gave away a penalty not 90 seconds ago and has now popped the goal. Meanwhile, what's going on? I mean, let's face it, Red Star 2-0 up against Selesny inside 5 minutes. Go one way. So going back to what people were saying, Red Star, a bit of a juggernaut. And Ratkov is it 2-0, and he's got 25 goals this season, and that beats the record that Ricardo Gomes held as of last season. And it's Macetic with the assists. He has had a really good standout season for us, the young, what's he, 17, 18? 18. Really, really good. I've been really happy with his development. He sort of dipped a little bit second half of the season, but thankfully Terzic has really stepped up. But we can be really happy with that. But yeah, I don't think Red Star are completely unstoppable. I think they are there to be beaten. I just think we let ourselves down with the number of points we've dropped. I think we've only lost like 2 games all season, but it's been the draws which have killed us. Stepanovic has been an interesting player for us because he was out on loan last season. He's come back and he's filled in quite nicely in that defensive midfield role. He's pretty reliable. He doesn't do anything overly fancy or special. He's just a good, busy player to have in there. He's tall, he's strong, he's good at winning the ball. So we're really happy with how he's done since he's come. Obviously, we've got Topic who can play there. So there's symbol. Here's again. Bovic. Rick. Manchovic. It's terrible, mate. Red Star 3-0 up. I mean, that's only going to go... We knew that was only going to go one way, and it looks like it is going to be a disappointing end to the season for. Obviously, after the cup exit, the cup is there to be... We really need to be pushing on the season because I'm not happy with any silver, especially the players as well. After we got knocked out, we had a few players saying, including Jovic, saying season. And I said, don't worry, I'm trying to sort it for next season. So, we do need to try and do that. Obviously, we've had... Klavan makes it 2-0. Good on him. And I'm just going to check something, because if we get a penalty, I want him taking the penalty. See, yeah, there we go. That's good. It's already... I'd love him to get a hat-trick in his last game for the... Great defending by Van der Kaap. Come on, Zelensky. Only need 5 goals. So obviously we had the good run in Europe in the Europa League, which has given us a lot of sort of money in the bank in terms of favour from but I feel like we really need to start delivering some sort of success. Otherwise, I think things could this could end up being a shorter adventure than we've... It is the Euros this summer, in game. So I'm hoping that the Serbian boss might leave and we can get that. I don't know if there's sort of the potential for his name. Well, that's going to be a foul, but it's outside for the Red Star manager to leave because he's been linked with the outside of Serbia. So if he leaves, there's a bit of hope that the national coach, could potentially take that job. I suppose we'll just have to see. I'm going to make a few changes though, with it being 60, 70. We're going to bring Nacho on for his. Need that penalty. Need Clavant. Which. Means I'm gonna have to take off Warren. Who can we take off? I can't take off Cloud. Maybe take off Fan. Bring on it. Bring on. Actually. And we'll bring on Pekovic. A few more youngsters. Obviously, Petrillo isn't probably Pekovic is. Don't get me wrong, Petrillo's still young, but not exactly. That's going to be a nice, comfortable 3-0 win to finish off the season. It's a shame that it didn't end with the trophy. But, I think we've definitely shown some signs of improvement. We'll look at some of the season stats. I'll show you exactly what I mean. When you look at the total season stats, 11 draws, Builders, 2 defeats, but the 11 draws. When you look at Red Star and Chuchevici only drew 7 games each. There's too many draws. If we turn those 1-alls basically, see all of them. But we go through here, 2-all. 0-0. 0-0. What's this? 1-all. 1-all. 0-0. 1-all. Too many draws. And we could, I reckon I can pick any of these draws. And we will. I picked a bad example. Let's pick another one. Madagascar. Still an XG of 1, but, much better chances. Outperforming against the teams, that we're looking at. IMT, I'm pretty sure this was a game. The XG still not. I've had a goal this loud, but yeah, we're creating the chances, we're just not putting them away. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame because the league was definitely there for the team. You look at the overall board the competition. See 60%, 80%, 41. We don't really count that. We got what they wanted. Bit of rubbish. What happened in terms of Pesic with his hat trick in the game over? Typical. So it's another year without a title for Partizan. The board are happy. The fans are relatively happy. I am disappointed. Oh yeah, the owner's looking to sell. I had seen that. I think one of the directors died as well. So no other plans really for sort of of seasons ahead really. Apart from there are some in place, but I don't think they're going to change anything in that. A little bit of positivity. Our under-19s won the youth league with this guy Vidakovic. Won 32 goals. This is what he looks like. On paper, he doesn't look that great. Maybe it's indicative of the quality of the league he was playing in. I don't know. But I think we'll move him to the Teleoptic squad. See if he can sort of make waves there and see how he does. But who knows, that might be something to keep an eye out for. The issue we do potentially have going forward next season is with Clavan and Nacho leaving, we are going to have a bit of a leadership vacuum. So I'm guessing someone like Patrick or Sam Channon might step up. I do think I might look to strengthen the left-sided centre-half part. Because we basically just got Shannon Channon, Komech and Savage, who are naturally able to side of that stuff, really. You know, if we look at the squad planner, Shannon Channon's one to start. Stepanovic can play there, Van der Kaat to play there, so can Illich, but in terms of we're looking at Savage, Aitor, Bata, Komech. Now, you know, don't get me wrong, I will be looking to sort of give players more game time in Savage and Komech, but I don't think they're ready yet. They're only 2-star currently. I just don't think they're ready. And I just depth. Stepanovic isn't natural there, although he can play it. He will probably benefit from a bit more game time. Give him a bit quick. Make up for. But yeah, interesting one. In terms of strikers, obviously, this Marcondes I think can definitely, if needed. I just want to see a little bit more. I don't think we could really see the best this season. He was fully fit when he joined. In terms of midfielders, this is kind of where we're at. We've got Van den Boomen, Elic, Ivan, Mirko. Then obviously there's Alexic and where's Patrick? Patrick not considered here. But there's, like, you know, Patrick and that can play. Let's see, in terms of the experience matrix, who have we got? Development, Alexic, yeah. These are all players who will get given more game time. Really tempted to loan Stoichkov, but we've not really seen much. It's not that it's been but it's not that it's been intense. Good that, like, Ratkov's still classed as emerging when I feel like 25 goals sniffed on. But yeah, that's the end of the season 2. Everyone go and do a bit of work, see what we can do in terms of strengthen the squad. Club's finances are a lot healthy. A lot to be done. This, I'm not even going to 1.19 mil guarantee season. Really. I'm going to set up a few recruitment focuses, have a look, see what we can do. I will see you all for the season. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.